Aussie. 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 Angry Aussie. Aussie. Angry.
All right. I feel like this is the first Saturday night stream I've done in a while. And it's just the circumstances, not a date night. And Mrs. Angry's playing No Man's Sky with her lad. So I'm going to hang out online and do a live stream. And I'm going to start with a short cocktail video. Maybe behind in doing shorts, which is to say I'm not as far ahead with them. Hey, Rays and Charlie, WA represent. How y'all doing? All right. Gin Day. Yes. I shall definitely recognize Gin Day with a drink or two. I know. It's World Gin Day. I really need to stream today. So anyway, gonna quickly make a cocktail that's not... You know what? I could make it with gin. I mean, the video won't go live on Gin Day, but be fast. I probably won't stress about it, actually. It's like I said, the video won't be going live on Gin Day. But for fun, I think I'll make a gin cocktail or two tonight. Maybe see if I can find a new one from Death & Co. or something that I like the sound of. Okay, I got this here. Got this here. It says to use 100 proof whiskey. You know what? I think I'll use the Tawny, the new kid on the block. Not quite 100 proof, but close enough. And mezcal. Not mezcalin, mezcal. Right. Just make sure I have my recipe with me. Oh, watching World Cup. Okay. Trello. You fine fellow. Okay. Deacon Blues. Okay. Do. Making it, baby. Alright, let's do. That looks good too. Oh man, this Tawny is a really good aroma. Okay, and aromatic bitters. Okay, no. Let's get this light around here. Okay. How's that looking? Looks about right. Hooky dook. Ready, steady, spaghetti. Okay. Do half an ounce of mezcal. forgot the sugar syrup. Fuck me sideways. That was off-putting. Oh man, I love that sugar syrup. Oh. Shiza. Okay. Gotta remember the order I put those things in. Do that. Do you know what? Just because it's an old fashioned, I'm going to do orange peel. There we go. Trim it a little bit. That seems a bit thick on the pith. We've all been on the pith a bit much at some point in our life. Will I ever get tired of making that stupid joke? Probably not. Okay. And let's get a cherry as well. Do this. Damn it. Okay. That's all ready. So now we go ice, baby. Let's giggity go. Let's stir this. Ooh, I'm liking the taste of this one. Let's go. Nice. This out of the way. And we go oils. Yeah, orange peel and cherries. That looks nice. Why am I running on mezcal? More than 3/4 gone. And I do like to use my mezcal. Tempted. Fuck, what did I fucking break then? Jesus. Guess who's being Captain Clumsy tonight? That was the breathalyzer. The little knob on it went flying off. I got some spares. Oh shit. Oh shit. I might have broken it. Fuck. Shit. Okay, we'll have to test that later. I'll say fucking shit a few more times. That's a bit out of control. Okay. Turn this on. Oh, turn this on. Oh yeah, okay. Now we've got to go back to auto because I was fucking around. Hey, I actually finished editing the latest. Wait, did I do that right? I fucking didn't. I'm so glad I checked that. Yes, okay. I thought the camera was just fucking with me. Da-da-da. Make it up, baby. I got a Deacon Blues song stuck in my head. Because the cocktail is called Deacon Blues. Okay, is that ready? Yes. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is an old-fashioned riff called Deacon Blues. I love old-fashioned riffs. This has some mezcal in it, and I love mezcal, so I really wanted to make this. Also, a band I really liked in the 80s was called Deacon Blue, so it reminded me of that, and I've got their song stuck in my head now. Yes, I'm from the 1900s. I'm old. This is an old-fashioned. I'm going to try this. Oh, wow. That works really well. It's a really simple variation on an old fashioned. I really like it. Here's how we make it. In a mixing glass, I'll try that again. In a mixing glass, put 1.5 ounces or 45 mils of 100 proof bourbon, then half an ounce or 15 mils of mezcal, then 2 dashes of aromatic bitters, and 1/4 of an ounce, around 7.5 mils of sugar syrup. Add ice to the glass, stir that for 20 to 25 seconds to chill and dilute the drink. Then I'm straining that into a rocks glass over a big chunk of sexy clear ice and garnishing it with a twist of orange peel and some maraschino cherries on a skewer. I use this whiskey my friend Charlie bought me. It's a limited one, hard to get, from Starwood, aged in tawny or port barrels. It's not quite 100 proof, it's 96 proof, but it has a really robust flavor and it works really well in here. That's what you want. You want something with a bit of oomph to it to carry the flavor through, because this is really quite good. Like I said, for such a small variation on an old fashioned, it tastes like a whole new thing. I'm going to sit down and enjoy this. Hope you're looking after yourself. Hope to see you again soon. Until I do see you, I'll say cheers. Oh. Okay. All right, let's do that. Turn that off. Turn this off. Oh, Scheiße. Tighten up, sunshine. Turn this off. Here we are. Here we fucking go. All right, you've been chatting away there. Nice. I should say Spanx a lot in one video. Why should I say that, honey? I'm intrigued as to where that comes from. Ah, well. Hilarity will ensue. Thanks, Heine. And hello, Madam Butterfly. Look, I'm gonna play the latest book video, which I only shot last night, and I already edited today, and I did really go for it with the little video interstitials, meme-like inserts. Keen to see what you think. What's it? 1/4 past. Okay. Yeah. A mustache hair's come loose. It's really annoying me. Anyway, let's get this party started right. Come on. Wait, I actually don't want to do that. Because StreamYard gets very weird. At least I think you're doing it. I can never work out where it's me doing something stupid or the system doing something stupid.
Lovers. It's time for another of my favorite cocktails.
Calm the fuck down. Ah, deep sigh. Hey, Pat, how you doing? Okay. Let's do the book video. Then we can settle into chat. Share the audio. We got the video. You and your girlfriend are good, yeah. Keeping things sweet with your girlfriend, Pat. That's good to hear. Okay, let's let this run.
G'day, cocktail lovers. It's time for another of my favorite cocktail recipes to go in the book. And this week I have one for fans of chocolatey, desserty style cocktails. But it's classy. None of this chocolate vodka bullshit. This cocktail is called the Chocolate Punch. I found this recipe online, but I decided to modify it. That's right. This is another instance of me doing it when I make the chocolate punch. It has a secret ingredient.
The secret ingredient is?
Homer, no! It's eggnog. My secret ingredient is my aged eggnog. The default recipe has brandy and cream and sugar. You know what else has brandy and cream and sugar? My eggnog. It has other things as well, like eggs, of course, but that just makes it even better than simply using cream. I follow or am inspired by Alton Brown's aged eggnog recipe. I tell you what, it's a good recipe to follow, but it's also a lot of fun to improvise. If you follow Alton Brown's recipe, you'll make an absolutely huge batch. I halve it and usually end up with about 2 liters of eggnog. So it depends on how many people you're making for, or how long you want to keep some around for. Based on the time of year I'm uploading this, some people might go, why does he have eggnog?
How dare you?
This batch I made for a Christmas in July party at work, but I'll be honest with you, I have it in the fridge year-round. Buddy, this is too good to limit it to just a short period in the year. After me talking it up so much, you might be disappointed that I'm not actually showing you how to make it in this video. I've done that in other videos, and there will be a link to that. The key ingredients in this cocktail are brandy, port, and chocolate. I'll be using this spiced Christmas brandy from local distiller Bass & Flinders. For the port, this is actually a blend that I aged in one of my mini barrels to enhance the flavors, and that's why it has no label. There's also creme de cacao. I think brown version suits this cocktail better, but you could use white creme de cacao if you wanted. Rounding things out is my eggnog. But in the description of the video, I'll also give you the amounts if you're making it with cream and sugar. I like the idea of making this cocktail foamy. If I was making a batch of this for a party, I'd probably put it in a blender to really whip it up. I'm going to go with some Wonder Foam and shaking it really hard and seeing how that works out. This is a pretty easy and crowd-pleasing recipe. You could definitely make a batch of this for a party and be very popular, and you can experiment. Although I'm using brandy, you can experiment with other base spirits. I think any of the brown spirits would work really well. You could also experiment with fortified wines other than port. I would recommend it in the sweeter end of the spectrum, but hey, I'm not the cocktail police. If you want to experiment with something lighter, you go right ahead and try. You could also make it vegetarian by substituting coconut cream for whipping cream. Likewise, you can make vegetarian or even vegan eggnog with substitutions like that. But don't try making this with vodka. I will legit have you arrested if you try to make this with vodka.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Jokes, jokes. Not joking. If you use vodka in this, you're worse than Hitler.
And you, sir, are worse than Hitler.
That aside, let's get down and I'll show you how I make a chocolate punch. Into a shaker, I'm adding 1 ounce or 30 mils of brandy, then 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 mils of port, then 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of brown creme de cacao, and then I'm adding 45 mils of my eggnog and a few drops of Wonder Foam to see if I can get this nice and foamy. I'm starting with a dry shake and shaking it really hard to get all that combined and seeing if I can get a foam going. And then, because we want to chill the drink, I add ice and shake it again for another 15-20 seconds because I just want it to be foamy. When that's all done, I'm straining it into a chilled coupe. Hooey, that is my exercise for the week. I did a lot of shaking to not much avail. I think the eggnog resists being made foamy, a little bit of foam, but I'm more interested in the taste. Aesthetics are good. I would have liked it. Speaking of aesthetics, you can easily grate some fresh nutmeg over the top of this, or even some cinnamon sugar on the rim. You can get creative. I've got cinnamon and sugar and nutmeg in the eggnog, so I think it's fine like that. For me, c'est la vie, or c'est la vie, as the French insist on saying. Let me give this a taste. Whoa, that is every bit as delicious as I remember. I'm sure it'd be fine if you just made it with cream and sugar as well. But the added richness of the egg and all the other elements in the eggnog, this is a fantastic trick. Like I said, it's no vodka chocolate bullshit. It's got a variety of flavors. It's got depth, but it's still a sweet, chocolatey, creamy tweet. That would be Tweety Bird. It's a treat. You can tweet about it. I still call it Twitter. Fuck Elon Musk. I'll be cold in the ground before I call Twitter X. Fucking apartheid, diamond mine, no, emerald mine owning racist piece of shit. Wow, that came out of nowhere. I need to settle down and have a drink. And I've got one right here. So I'm going to go off and have this. And maybe calm down, maybe not. Maybe off camera, I'm just going to keep ranting. Anything can happen. Anyway, I hope you're taking care of yourself wherever you are. Hope to see you again soon. Until I do see you, I'll say cheers.
Okay, so that's that. Where are we? I gotta get rid of that. Wait, what are we fucking doing here? Okay. Wait, what the fuck is going on here? Oh, it's been super fucking weird to me. Anyway. Yeah. There was that little outburst. That wasn't planned. That just popped into my head. Okay, I also like the photo fades. I'm very happy with that visual in there now. And I'm glad you laughed at me calling vodka drinkers worse than Hitler. I had to put the Simpsons thing in that's a joke, guys. It's a joke. And yes, over Heidi said, did Charlie edit this? But no, Charlie's right. Charlie influenced this. I feel like that's the most of the little interstitials I've put in a video so far. It's just like as I script it, I'm just going, duh, 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 duh. That's a good place for an interstitial. Then as I'm editing, then it's like, okay, now go on YouTube and find the clips. And also, I'm super paranoid about content matching. I almost definitely don't need to be, but I actually zoom in on the clips and flip them so they wouldn't be a direct, they wouldn't map directly to content matching. I probably don't need to do that, but anyway. Heini, you think I've got a library of clips? No, I just get them off YouTube. Yeah, and the whole intention with doing a cocktail channel was to be completely different to the Angry Aussie vids. They were fun. They had their time. Their time is past. Every now and then, I think, do I want to do that again? And the answer is always, no, I don't. That's had its time. Charlie, the one you told me about, because I actually asked, the 4K downloader one. So, oh, fucking yum. Man, I like mezcal. Raze, how do I not have pre-recorded podcast? King Rogue. Having cocks with angry. There was a period where I tried having a podcast with Aidsy actually, and released a few, but it it never really landed. But yeah, I still wish I fucking launched a podcast back when I started YouTube. 8 people. Oh God, on your Plex, you chockers on Plex at the moment. Saturday night, I guess people want their televisual entertainment. Oh, that's what I think. I have to do fucking Martini for Gin Day now. I clearly don't have to. God, your PC's struggling at the moment, serving all those streams. Well, it's not me. I'm not doing it. Okay. Ooh, you know what? I might keep going with the mezcal. We might do this Obituario style. Peychaud's bitters, absinthe, Navy strength gin. Where's my Navy strength? Actually, finish making the videos. Put this here because it looks better for the stream. Navy strength gin. Ooh, I got a ginger gin there. You know what? I'm not going to get absolutely arsehole tonight, but I might have a couple of drinks. I might temper this. Actually, with the ginger gin. What the fuck? Oh no, it's going to be swamped with the other flavors. Choices. All these goddamn gins. Oh, this one. Okay. Choice has been made. Yes. Okay. It's a bit ghetto not cleaning my stuff, but we're being rough and ready. This is going to be a strong cocktail. But martinis are supposed to be strong. Do. And we got mezcal. Just to be saucy. And Peychaud's bitters. It's going to be a colourful martini because of the bitters and the absinthe. All right. Give that a stir. Give it like a hole. Where's my martini glass? Let's fucking go. Half tempted to have the ice in it, actually. Hoobadoo, hoobadoo-badoo. Hoobadoo, hoobadoo-badoo. Okie doke. Settling down. A drink that tastes like churros. That'd be an interesting thing to experiment with. So I've got the cinnamon sugar syrup. Something that tastes kind of bready. Geneva, which I don't have, but my whiskey barrel aged gin could be that. No, I didn't have a nap today. I thought I might have to, but you know what made me feel better today? Eating junk food, eating a bag of chips. And for dinner, I had a chicken pasta bake made up of a couple of different elements I got from the supermarket. Ooh, which beer? You're a beer drinker. Look at it. I've got a pink martini, a rose martini. That is really nice. Okay. Did I like Excalibur? Yeah, I did. More than you, I think. And watched it with Mrs. Angry. She's like, it was fun to watch. It's funny, like the casting, like seeing fucking Gabriel Byrne as Uther. I had no memory of him being in the movie. And I was going, surely he's too young to be here. But I looked it up. He was 30 when the movie was made. Then you see Patrick Stewart. He fucking looks old, even though it's like, 15 years before he was on Star Trek. And young Liam Neeson, because it was shot in Ireland. So it was like they're just picking up Irish actors to go in it. And Helen Mirren is awesome. The guy who played Merlin, which is by far the best character in the movie, he's not a name actor. And the guy who plays Arthur is not a name actor. And he's fucking vapid. He's so forgettable. But the guy playing Merlin is good. You slog the pacing wrong. Okay, you know what I thought was weird is there was no sort of movie structure to it. It was just like a series of episodes. And yeah, when it randomly left field go like, oh, you know what you should do? You should get the Holy Grail. I was like, no one's mentioned the Holy Grail up to this point. But now every single knight of the round table's going to fucking die trying to get the Holy Grail. And yeah, Arthur was a shit actor. It was just no screen presence, shit acting. The Holy Grail thing was weird. But yeah, to me it wasn't that much of a slog for me, but it was like not structured like a movie. It was like a sequence of disconnected episodes all stuck together. And it was like, okay, sure. Some good visuals. Man, the people who designed the suits of armor had a fucking day. I thought Percival was a hoot because, like, when no one else would defend the Queen against the accusation that she was having it off with Lancelot, and Lancelot wasn't there, Percival jumped up and said, I'll do it. I'll fight for the Queen. And he gets knighted, and he's about to go in, and you go, God, dude, you're going to get killed. And Lancelot comes in, and it's like, oh, Percival just got knighted and did nothing. Like, fucking score for Percival. So when I get up, like 9 o'clock, the fucking day raced away from me, like 9 o'clock. And yeah, yes, I had my bacon baguette. Then I watched Kneecap, which I really liked. Safa, Excalibur's from like 1980. Yes. Percival caught the rabbit for Lancelot. So he was supposed to be Lancelot's squire, and he got knighted and did nothing. He was brave. He stood up and go, I'll stand for the Queen. And he was going to do it, but then Lancelot showed up. It was pretty funny. He got to be a knight. Yeah, Lancelot the Heartthrob, who fucked the Queen. Yeah. Fuck me. My improvised martini there is really good. Also really strong. I need to drink something non-alcoholic after this. Get responsible. I mean, we might even go late tonight. I don't know. It depends what the vibe is, how we're going. Well, Lancelot kept his dick in his pants for a long time. I think he must have just been slapping the salami like he wouldn't stay in the castle. He's sleeping out in the woods. I just reckon he was whacking it all night because he was so horny for the queen. No, I've got a shit ton of... I've got so much of the Galactic soft drink because the promotion's over, so they're selling at half price. I keep getting like either 4 packs of the bottle or 6 packs of the mini cans for half price because yeah. No, Charlie, I really, definitely Lancelot trying to keep his urges under control and staying. I think 2 reasons he goes out into the forest is so he's not near the queen, and also so they can spend the entire day jerking off and no one can see him. That's just my take. That's not canon, but I'm pretty sure that's what was happening. Did I get the thing I wanted at Woolworths? Did I say I wanted a thing at Woolworths? Was it Ray's original? Well, we lived in a world where Old Dirty Bastard was knighted by the Queen. The interviews would have been great. Sure. Isn't Old Dirty Bastard American? That would have been a good session. Arthur saying to Merlin, can you see him? And Merlin goes, yes, Arthur. He's busy. No, forests weren't busy highways in medieval times. Forests where people had to traverse would have had a trail going through them. But yeah. He has his O face. Old Dirty Bastard was actually on Sesame Street. They just called him ODB. But he legit did Sesame Street. I forget who he was with, if it was Grover or Elmo. But Jesus, they've had some funny celebrities on Sesame Street. As Charlie Dizzy from laughing has to step away. That's okay. All things in moderation, mate. Like, yeah, most recently, Zoran Mamdani was on Sesame Street, and fuck, the conservatives lose their shit. It's really funny. So Ray's ODB was cashing welfare checks while in Wu-Tang making millions. I guess it's all down to how you declare your income, really. Oh, dear. Oh, God, I'm getting a flashback to the South Park album. Who remembers the South Park album? That actually had some good tracks on it. My favorite was the sort of supergroup. It was Ozzy Osbourne, Crystal Method, and Old Dirty Bastard. Ain't Nowhere to Run. That was my favorite track on the album. Heine, you were going to bring up the South Park album the Old Dirty Bastard was on. Great minds, buddy. Thinking alike. I was going to do my Ice Balls video tonight, but I never got around to scripting it. I thought I might have got around to scripting it, but I didn't. But I did edit the other one, so that's okay. I might... if I end up scripting it before tomorrow night, I might do it then. Or maybe not, because we've got all the Laserdisc stuff. Maybe shoot it on Tuesday. Who knows? Famous people... Where'd the soccer game? Me? Did they put Mia Khalifa on screen, did they, Safa? Charleston White is OTP in 2026. Oh, dear. I know they said reap the seeds you sow. Various translations from the Bible is like, as ye sow, so shall ye reap. Yeah, Joe. Well, I think like the last one I wasn't finished it till Thursday and uploaded it for Friday. Yeah, you know what? If I delay it, I can freeze some ice properly as well. But yes, my key takeaway from my experiments with ice balls is the $20 mold I got from Amazon doesn't work. So you need a more expensive one. It's just so much more convenient than the way I do it with the coffee cups. But you have to pay more for one that works, I think. Oh, you're talking about the South Park album song, Heine. Okay, I wasn't sure what you were saying. And yes, I have a gas stove at Safa, and a gas oven, and gas hot water. Not my choice, but I'm renting. I don't control any of this shit. And the house was made up in the fucking 70s. If I had to rank my top 5 female movie stars, who are you ranking and why? Okay. All time, we're saying? Like all through the 20th century and up to now? That is a really good poser. So I think from the 20th century, I'm going to take Audrey Hepburn and Marilyn Monroe. Later 20th century, I'd probably go Sigourney Weaver. Meryl Streep. I've got to come up with one more. It's not hard to come up with good actresses. Helen Mirren, actually. There we go. If I thought longer, I might change that list, but that's the first list I came up with. Audrey Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, Helen Mirren, Sigourney Weaver. Cate Blanchett. I mean, I do like Cate Blanchett. Like I said, if I thought about it for longer, the list might change. I don't know Kate would be in the top 5. I mean, she is good. Oh, I'll just love Marilyn Monroe for the 7-Year Itch. Because it's like people got sucked into the image like, Marilyn's a bimbo and whatnot. Okay, no. Watch her in the 7-Year Itch. Bimbos can't play bimbos. They're too self-conscious. The way she played this incredible, consistent, ditzy airheads, like, okay, that's really smart. That is really good acting. All right, time for something. Oh, no, I haven't finished my martini. Naomi Watts is good. I don't think she'd end up in my top 5. Cate Blanchett would be more likely. I mean, Charlize Theron would be very close to getting in my top 5. You're just thinking people who might be in my top 5, not. Well, what's your top 5, Charlie? Also thinking. Oh God, blanking on her name. $1 Million Baby. Ooh, Ray's pulling in Sandra Bullock, Elizabeth Taylor, Marilyn Monroe, Nicole Kidman, Jamie Lee Curtis. Okay, Nicole Kidman would be more likely to get in than Cate Blanchett for me. Jamie Lee Curtis is great. I don't think she'd get my top 5, though. See, that's the whole thing. I just came up with those really quickly. The more I think about it, the more likely I am to change the top 5, I think. And also, I think it's going to depend on my mood on the day and what I remember and, what stuck with me. Yeah, again, so much talent to choose from. It's very hard to nail them down. Ray's Jamie Lee Curtis has so much variety. Roles movies, should every movie amazing. Nothing bad. I didn't hate Halloween Resurrection, actually. Have you seen the stuff she's been doing on TV? Like her very late career stuff she's done in the last 5 years has been fucking awesome. Knives Out, The Bear. God, what else has she's been in a couple other things. The stuff she's done just in the last 5 years for TV streaming services has been fucking incredible. And speaking of The Bear, the last season of The Bear is about to come out, apparently. It's like, will they crash and burn, which would be more true to life for the hospitality industry than them succeeding, or will we get a happy ending, or even an ambiguous ending? Oh man, that was pretty good. But now I got to be responsible, or I'll just go downhill very quickly. All right. I got my Mandalorian drinks over here. A little 4-pack. Got to get something out. Okay. Tilda Swinton. She'd be close. Oh, shit. No, I reckon Frances McDormand's in my top 5. Judy Davis, Michelle Yeoh. 5 is very hard. You brought in a couple big ones for me. Tilda Swinton, great. Wouldn't get my top 5. Frances McDormand, if I really thought about it, she has a solid chance of being in my top 5. Judy Davis, great, but I don't think she'd make my top 5. Michelle Yeoh, great. She'd have to be close if I really thought about it, getting in my top 5. Ooh. Kate Blanchett, solid, but not top 5. Yeah, I don't think she makes my top 5, even though she's done really good stuff. Going on acting, not party hats. I love the foam on this. Look how purple the foam is. Like the drink looks black, but it's actually purple. The foam gives it away that it's a purple drink. Purple drank. Ooh, I could use this in a cocktail and call it purple drank. And I'm sure there are recipes for that online. Let's look, shall we? Yeah, it looks like cola. It absolutely does, but you get bright enough light and it's purple. What comes up if I search purple drank? Okay, apparently it's recreational drug concoction, prescription strength cough syrup containing codeine, and a soft drink like Sprite. Okay. Signs and symptoms of purple drank abuse. Okay, this is much darker than I was intending. Okay, what comes up on Diffords if I search for purple? Okay, cocktails. Purple Cosmo, Purple Pear Martini, Purple Flirt, Purple Haze. That's a good name for a cocktail. Purple Hooter, Purple Stag, Purple Turtle, Purple Sunset. All right, no, Purple Haze. That's a good name for a drink. What's in his Purple Haze? Vodka, black raspberry. Okay, fucking vodka. Really? Jesus. Okay, that's actually shit. But I could come up with something. Okay, what's a Purple Hooter? Vodka, black raspberry, lime juice, and so Jesus. That's just a variation of the last one. What's a Purple Turtle? It's another shot. Tequila, sloe gin, and blue curacao. Okay. Don't really do shots. I mean, I have in the past. What's a Purple Flirt? Vodka, sambuca, and cranberry juice. These are all very shit, actually. Rays, if you went by TV shows, Drea Di Matteo. Oh, right. Sorry. And here's me not getting names. Which, I don't even know the name. What character was she in The Sopranos? I feel like you're 6010, Rose Byrne, Margot Robbie, Charlize Theron, Sigourney Weaver, and Meryl Streep. You're including Meryl Streep for reasons, even though you're not a biggest fan. Adriana, Chris's fiance. Yeah, okay. Again, God, the fucking Sopranos. There were so many good performances in The Sopranos. Oh. Oh, hell, TV shows for sure. I mean, The Sopranos is not everyone's cup of tea, but it's frigging incredible. Like, say, since the 90s, the cream of the cream TV shows. I'd probably slightly prefer The Wire to The Sopranos. But there've been so many good ones. Like you get Breaking Bad, and just such good quality shows in the last 20 years, 30 years. Because Jesus Christ, TV was shit when I was growing up. Like, it was just absolute shit. Repetitive, shallow formula stuff. It's just, ugh. And now that there is too much good stuff to watch. There's so much of it. Can't possibly watch everything. I can't watch The Wire. Too accurate to shit you've been through. No, it's triggering. No, I absolutely get that. I absolutely get that. Yeah, the Street Guys. What did I just drop then? The Street Guys were incredible, I thought. Like, how they dealt with being successful or potentially being successful, and they coped with it or didn't cope with it to a greater or lesser degree. God, I just noticed a few things I've dropped under the desk. I don't feel like crawling around there at the moment, but another time, there's a few things under there I should pick up. Raise, it's the word, but you just can't do it. It's like Amazing Show, Waitfeld. Yeah, no. And that's completely understandable. I mean, there was so much about it I liked. showing the complexity that leads to guys ending up like dealing drugs and being gangsters and whatnot. The ambiguity among the cops, like a lot of the cops were absolute shit, and some of them weren't absolute shit but made some bad decisions. I really liked the complexity of the stories in it. But like I said, there's just so much good stuff. And there's a bunch of stuff that I keep thinking, man, I kind of want to rewatch that. But then there's a whole bunch of new stuff I haven't watched. I did rewatch fucking Andor, and I loved every minute of it. And I feel like I need to rewatch Rogue One again while Andor's fresh in my mind. I literally wanted, because there was just like a clip on YouTube of Marva's funeral, Andor's mum, the hologram that incites the crowd to riot against the Imperials. And it just got, my blood up so much. I went, I want to watch the whole thing. That's my inspiration for rewatching it. But the whole thing was friggin' awesome. No, Rays, I absolutely get, and trigger might be too strong, but when you literally don't want to watch it because it brings up too much realness, I absolutely get it. Okay, here's a side one that got me. Like, I've had major surgery on this ear. Like, I've got a scar from the top to the bottom of the ear. You can't really see it because it's right along the fold, but they basically cut from the top to the bottom of the ear and lifted it across and went like drilling into my inner ear. And I don't usually watch those medical shows, the operation shows and whatnot. I don't hate them. I'm not super squeamish, but I'm not that into them. But at one point, Mrs. Angry was watching one, and they were operating on something. I think they were putting a bionic ear in, if from memory. But anyway, when they cut around here, I looked and went, "Oh, that white shiny stuff is the person's skull," and I'm like, "Gnarly," and I was just like, I wasn't upset. I was just going, "Oh, look, that's actually the person's skull." But then I realized, oh, fuck no, that's what they did to me. And as soon as I was going like, that's what they did to me, they cut right around here and just lifted off so there was a hole in the side of my head. I was like, nope, not watching anymore. Not watching. It was just kind of ick until my brain just went, hey, they did that to you. It was like, oh, fuck no. So, yeah. So I understand not wanting to watch something because it feels a bit real to you. I actually think that's just a normal human reaction, and people who aren't understanding of it. And like I said, it's not quite the same, but if it's a show that deals with social ills and people who need therapy, basically, often if I start watching something like that with Mrs. Angry, she'll just go, ugh, this is too much like work. I don't want to watch this. Her being a psychologist in the public health system. So, but mind you, The Pit, the medical one, we watched the first one and she's like, it's too much like work. And I went, that's fine. I really like it and I'm going to watch it. So I was watching it in my lunch hour when I was working from home. And I think it's about the third episode I watched with her. I was like, Mrs. Angry, because she could hear all the stuff and she got hooked. She just came in and went, oh, what's going on here? And I said, this is the show you said was too much like work and you didn't watch it. She said, no, that's okay. But then she ended up getting hooked and we watched all of them. So, but I absolutely get the this is too much like my work, or it's too much like a thing that happened to me. I don't want to watch it as entertainment because it doesn't seem like entertainment to me. That makes perfect sense. I'm trying to think like what's next. Well, like with Mrs. Angry, we're still watching For All Mankind. We're getting towards the end of season 3, and there's 2 more seasons after that. Then we're probably going to watch From, because we watched the first episode and liked it. Ray, do you reckon The Wire is the only show that's had that effect with you? But it makes sense as well. Never watched Underbelly. For logical reasons. I mean, I've never watched Underbelly because I just wasn't that interested. I was slightly tempted. It wasn't an Underbelly thing, but it was an Australian true crime thing. Last King of the Cross. I was tempted to watch that. Might still watch it one day, but I haven't watched it. And it's only because way back in the 90s when I was still in Sydney, a friend of mine worked in a bottle shop in the Cross, and sometimes like we were going to go out, like he worked to midnight, and then because it's the Cross, everywhere's still open, we'd go out somewhere after midnight. We were taking a break. We were in the footpath in front of his bottle shop at one point, and he went, "Oh, don't make a big show of looking, but see the guy there and a couple doors down, the suit talking to the shopkeeper down there." And I went, "Yeah," and he goes, "He's the guy. He runs this place." I was like, "Oh, there you go." That shows the most accurate door scenes you've ever seen. There's Netflix had an Australian comedy crime series that wasn't bad. Country Boy goes to be a bouncer in King's Cross, and there were actually a series. It's based on a series of novels that I think were published in the 70s or 80s. Les Norton, that's the character's name. I suspect those aren't accurate. They're just fun. It was a pretty fun show, actually. It didn't catch on, though. Like, it wasn't made for Netflix. I think it was made for one of the commercial networks, and it wasn't a huge hit. There was only one season, and then Netflix bought it around the season. I thought it was fun. And I was familiar with the Les Norton books. Yeah, they were like 70s or 80s. So, yeah, but my all-time favorite Australian series, it happens to be a crime series that has door scenes, Mr. In Between. I fucking love that show to death. It's so good. Oh, Safa, Les Norton was made for the ABC, was it? There you go. Like, it was so not successful, I had no idea which network it was on. Safa, I am almost sure Netflix did not make a second season. They just bought the one season that existed. And I don't know, it's probably still on Netflix. I don't know. Like I say, it was mildly amusing. I don't think I finished it, actually. I think I got distracted and didn't finish it. But yeah, Mr. In Between, I've watched twice. I could definitely watch it again. It's so fucking good. And yes, Les Norton was set in the 80s. I think it's when the books came out. Ray, you want to see someone write a show based on day-to-day shit doormen go through would trip people out? I mean, almost definitely. And I think you could find an audience for it as well. Because Ray in Mr. In Between. His respectable job is on the door at a club, strip club. But most of his money comes from, he's a hitman. He's the magician, makes people disappear. Charlie, are you going for best TV actresses now, Charlie? Rhea Seehorn, Arthur Pluribus, yeah. Jessica Paré, Mad Men. Rachel Griffiths, she was very good in 6 Feet Under. Jane Addams for Hung and other shows. Olivia Colman. Oh, yeah, no, Olivia Colman is great. Siggy Thornton. I'm not a huge Siggy fan. She did a lot of stuff, though. Otherwise, getting your hair cut is an on-edge experience. Yeah, no, I'd have to put more thought into that. And trying to remember the names, like Tony's wife in The Sopranos, Walt's wife in Breaking Bad, Peggy in Mad Men, and because she's been in a bunch of other stuff, and she is consistently good. What was notably her show? It was the Margaret Atwood stuff about American Civil War leading to a repressive Christian theocracy. Are you boys watching the Formula 3? The motor racing. Get your engine running. You know what? Almost finished that. Where's my Death and Co book is easier to use because come back. There we go. Cuss of maintenance. I think I need to make another gin drink for Gin Day. Because I don't have any juices here. I don't want to do a shaken one. We'll do a stirred one. Let's see what we can do. Walt's wife was an amazing actress, but her cheeks made you feel agitated. Okay, that is an interesting take. Okay, this is agave. Where's gin? It's rum. It's all about confidence, baby. Here we go. Gin. No, not shaken. We want gin stirred. All right. You want to Edie Falco. That's her name. Thank you. Anna Gunn, Breaking Bad. Elizabeth Moss. Yes. All right. I think I was looking at these the other day. Dick Brotigan. European Union. No, see the Vermouth. I could use. I've got Mrs. Angry's wines in here. I could substitute one of them. Howlin' at the Moon. Geneva. White Cryptic Cacao. Sugar syrup. Vanilla bitters. Orange twist. I do have my barrel-aged gin back there. So yeah, this is a variation on a gin old-fashioned. Okay. Howlin' at the Moon. That's a possible. Okay, Jess Berlind. Gin and sherry. I don't have sherry here, although I could. Aquavit. Vanilla syrup. Joy Division. Dry gin, dry vermouth, Cointreau, absinthe. Key Party, gin, gentian, amaro. Ooh. I could do that. Le Bacler, Gin Puntamez, Strega, Ginar, Le Subtil, Geneva Caramano, Light and Day, Gin, Yellow Chartreuse, Maraschino, Orange Juice, Peychaud's Bitters. Okay, Lucino's Delight, Gin, Vermouth. I don't have Vermouth here. Gin, Galliano, and Simple Syrup. Good Lord. I haven't used Galliano in forever. You're better with names when you don't have a camera pointed at you. I feel that, Charlie. So you prefer Drea de Matteo. Yeah, that's good. Natalie Wood. Yes. Not a great swimmer, but an actress. Maybe she was a good swimmer because the conspiracy is maybe she got hit over the head and thrown overboard. Super weird how no one's ever been prosecuted for that. But anyway. Mexi Gin Martini. Plymouth Gin, Dry Vermouth, Mezcal. Basically did something like that. The Monroe Gin, Peach Liqueur, Orgeat, Peychaud's Bitters. Orange Bitters. A Moon Cocktail, Plymouth Gin, Sherry. The Night Watch, Old Tom Gin, Rum, Sherry. The Mayfair Dry Gin, Aquavit, Sweet Vermouth. The Mainland Gin, Galliano. Do I want to just use some Galliano because I never use Galliano? In a world of Epstein files, you find that super weird no one got prosecuted. Oh, I just mean at the time, it just really seemed like she got murdered. On the topic of her swimming skills, Christopher Walken. He's strange in so many ways. Old Tom Gin, Gin and Chardonnay, Summer Shack, Gin, Lillet Blanc, Sauvignon Blanc. Sure Shot. Oh, Beastie Boys fan did that one. Sure Shot, Old Tom Gin, Geneva, Chili, Galliano. Wooden Ship, Gin, Geneva, Grand Marnier, Sugar Syrup, Whiskey Barrel Aged Bitters. A Yeoman Water, Gin, Vermouth, Chinar. Okay, the Wooden Ship. Could do dry gin and my barrel-aged gin and my orange liqueur. A little bit of sugar syrup and whiskey barrel-aged bitters. Oh, okay. Well, I've got to make my decision on how I'm honouring Gin Day. Helen at the Moon was the one that got me, I think. Barrel-aged, white creme de cacao. Yeah, fuck it, I'm going to do that. My barrel-aged gin with white creme de cacao and a little bit of sugar syrup. Hey, Fallen Dreams, how are you? I'm looking for a cocktail to celebrate Gin Day, and we've been talking about our favorite actresses. Justin, you ask your brother what he would think if you joined the Liberal Party. Answer, class traitor. Weird because you're from Brighton. Yeah, you're a class. You may be a class traitor if you don't join the Liberal Party. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do that for Gin Day. Let me get this stuff happening. Was that Fallen Dreams? You've been busy working late? Fixing your computer? Nice. Whereas I've seen Nightclub with a K. I'm completely unfamiliar with that. I don't know what that is. Yes, you'd already be a class trader, Justin. Okay. Right, this, I'm going to clean up a bit. Don't have the shelf space for this, so it goes here. Do have the shelf space for this, so it goes here. Wait, my lighting's weird. One of these is fruity and one of these is barrel aged. Okay, I can't fucking do it. I don't know which one it is. Jesus. Fuck it. You know what? Fucking cherry gin. I haven't done cherry gin in ages. Which one's this? Chocolate cherry gin. I'm going to do an old fashioned with this. Do-do-do-do. What alcohol content is this? Should I beef it up with some navy strength? No, I should take it easy. Easy like Sunday morning. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wanna get high? The only question is what bitters? Orange bitters, maybe. Okay. Just me. I missed. Easies for the week. Didn't come here for a tea party. Sent it. All right. Chocolate cherry gin old fashioned. I love it. The distillery I get the cherry gin from, Anther in Geelong. They apparently have a thing where they invite people. It's like once a year. It's like in peak cherry season. They just get like a fuck ton of cherries and they spend a day pitting and slicing cherries and stuff. And that's going to go in the distilling process. And they gleefully say it looks like a murder scene because they chop up so many cherry juice, and everyone's got red all over them. So they all look like a bunch of serial killers at the end of the day. Right, you got your RSA. Are you going to start working the bar? Responsible service of alcohol? Was that just Mum traditionally votes Liberal, leads to lots of debates. She voted Labour at the last election, probably will again. Well, the Liberals currently are just fucking shit, honestly. They're an embarrassment. So you have to have one just to be security. Well, good to know you could just start slinging drinks as well because you got your RSA. That's true. Bottle shops, you have to have an RSA too, yeah. That really tastes like chocolate. Damn. I feel like I haven't used that gin in the longest time. It absolutely legit tastes like chocolate-coated cherries. Oh, my God. Geez, you're just getting all the credentials, Rays. Man of many talents. Ah. I don't have much. Like, I'm tasting this for the first time in ages. It's like, man, don't have that much of it left. God, it's really fucking good. Jesus. Good Lord. Trying to think what other cocktail would that chocolate cherry gin be really yummy in? Just really want to look at cocktails that say use something chocolate in, I guess, because that's got a big old chocolatey flavor in it. So it costs $60 online to do them all. So you can work it as a casino, manage a bar, bottle shop, and pour coffee. Fucking all the bases covered. No limit to what you can achieve. Justin, you want to be ungovernable? Labour won, and then vote One Nation of the Liberal Party to create chaos if they win. Yeah, well, I just realised they've been putting the colourful lights on. Ugh. There we go. Oh, yeah, I'm going to see. Did I break? No, it seems to be okay. I was really worried this broke. Oh, wait, I actually need another little nodule. Because fuck knows where the nodule went when I dropped it. Yeah. Okay, there's alcohol in the air. That's 0.017 without me blowing in it. I think that just speaks to the amount of alcohol in the air in here. All right, got the little nodule for blowing in it now. I'll try again. Let's just see if it does a reading. There's this countdown. I'm intrigued. 4, 3, 2. 0.119. Okay, that's fair. That seems a little bit high, but I don't know. I've had a few drinks. Yeah, Razor. The thing just says like there's alcohol in the air in here. About one standard drink's worth, really. Oh man. Okay, that's a good fucking treat. That chocolate gin. So let's see. I did actually see that, Justin. Well, that's interesting how far alcohol dates back. This is the thing. I remember reading books on it back when I was at uni, cultural anthropology. And some people were saying it's like it's almost a pivotal sign of civilization and awareness of the world and things that have an effect. When humans choose to get fucked up, it's like you've reached a certain level of civilization when you find out ways to get fucked up and choose to do it. Whereas you had a proper breathalyzer from the cops and crime scene tape. Nice. Yes, Charlie sent me this one, and it is much better than the first one he sent. It seems reasonably accurate. It's like 0.1, so that's double the legal limit. Legal limit is 3 standard drinks in an hour. And what have I been going? Hour and a half. So that's like 6, 7, 8 standard drinks it's saying I've had. And I had 1, 2, 3 cocktails. they're all about 2 standard drinks. Yeah. It's roughly right. Yeah. Raise, they gave you the tape when you asked. Breatho was broken, being sent back. No way of fixing it. Got that as well. Oh, it's proper life for parties. Yes. Yeah. Well, Justin, cultural anthropologists, there's a theory like because animals get fucked up. There is some. You want to see some very funny photos? You can find them online. A drunk moose in a tree. Animals will eat fermented fruit and get fucked up. Uh, the opium poppy farms in Tasmania have a problem with wallabies getting into them because it's all green. And so the wallabies start eating, and then the wallabies are fucked up on opium and they're just hopping around drunkenly and can't get out of the paddock. And coffee was the same thing. There was, a theory that humans saw an animal eat coffee beans and then go pinging all over the place. And the humans thought, what the fuck is that? And they tried it. So it's impossible to prove, but it is a very widely held belief that humans are being getting fucked up. Oh yeah, no, Rays, that was a real story because they grow a lot of poppy in Tasmania for the medical use. When I read this story, I was going like, Jesus, wallabies jumping over a fence and doing this? And then I went to Tasmania. I assumed whole paddocks full of opium poppies were going to have really fucking high fences and be electrified more. And they're not. They have really low fences and just got a signs going like, hey, I know it might be tempting to see if you could steal some opium poppies from here, but that would be illegal. So don't do it. And there's almost nothing stopping you from doing it. There's probably cameras and shit, but there's no like secure fences or anything stopping you getting into the field of opium poppies. So it's like, damn. And that's why the wallabies get in, because the fences are actually low and the wallabies can easily jump over them, and then they chew on the poppies and get fucking stoned. And yes, heroin is bad. It's way easier to never start a substance of addiction than it is to get clear of a substance of addiction. Oh man, okay, that was a real fucking good choice. Drinking some of that chocolate cherry gin. Very, very nice. Ooh, I could probably make like a Manhattan variation with that. Ooh, that would actually be good. Not sure I want to do it tonight because that'd be like tipping me over a particular point. I mean, I feel like I was really well behaved last night, even though we went for like 6 hours. I did a couple of breathalyzers and I never really went much over 0.1. I was maintaining that. Like I'd hit that by the hour and a half mark, same as tonight. But I was pacing myself and I didn't really go over it for the whole night. So I feel very virtuous. And that's just because my regular behavior is so bad. If I do something that's only mildly bad, I feel very saintly. So the fact I only got slightly fucked up last night and not extremely fucked up, I feel like I may as well have been sober, honestly. Tell you a bit, Sam. The first hour and a half, I had a few drinks and I realized it was 0.1 and I put the handbrake on at that point. Yeah, you ate, and by the time you came on, yeah, you were fine. You didn't seem drunk when we were doing Angry Bunch. Oh, that was a treat. Fucking yum is all I've got to say. Ooh, I've got so many gins there. I've got some citrusy ones. I've got ones eye flavored. Got some dry gins. Got some stronger gins. Got some boutique gins. Okay, Rays. Okay, you never heard me do the folklore of the old fashioned. So, okay. So back in the 1800s, if you ordered a cocktail, the default thing was they would give you whiskey, bitters, and sugar. But you might say, I want a brandy cocktail. They do brandy, sugar, and bitters. And that was the cocktail. And then mid to late 1800s, people started coming up with the improved whiskey cocktail. I think it had maraschino and maybe a dash of absinthe in it, and an improved gin cocktail and whatnot. And so when these got trendy, when people would go up to a bar and say, give me a whiskey cocktail, the bartender would make the new improved whiskey cocktail. But the folklore is, and there's no way of validating this, but this is the folklore. Someone says, give me a whiskey cocktail, and they see the bartender getting the extra ingredients for an improved whiskey cocktail. And people say, oh, no, I want it the old-fashioned way. So that term caught on. An old-fashioned was the cocktail with none of the extra trimmings. Hell yeah, open up for troublemakers. Fuck yeah. Because I don't know how long I'm going to be on, but if we've got a vibe going, I'm going to do it. So, fuck it, I'll do it now. Oh, you didn't know that, Ray? Well, again, that's folklore. I think it's impossible to prove that's actually true, but that's the accepted wisdom. That's why an old-fashioned is called an old-fashioned, because people came up with improved cocktails. And some people say, well, you call it improved, but I like the old-fashioned way. Yeah, so that's it. So there are new fashion cocktails. So if I look it up, so Diffords is fairly responsible. So improved. So I look up how many improved cocktails these have. Improved blood orange margarita, improved Pendennis, improved margarita, improved whiskey cocktail, improved brandy cocktail, improved gin cocktail, improved Japanese cocktail was on my top 10 in 2025. So this recipe for improved whiskey cocktail is whiskey, maraschino, dash of absinthe. Yeah, so it's an old fashioned that also has a bit of maraschino liqueur and a bit of absinthe. Now the improved brandy cocktail has brandy, maraschino, same deal. It's maraschino and absinthe. A very small amount of maraschino, very small amount of absinthe. And what was the other one? The improved gin cocktail. What's that? So gin, maraschino. But yeah, okay. So that was the standard. The improved cocktail was like half a bar spoon to a bar spoon of maraschino and a dash to a couple of dashes of absinthe. Want me to try them and rate them? I can't do it tonight. Oh, you mean do it as a video? I could definitely do that. Like I came up with one when we workshopped it on the stream, and I kept playing with it till I had a thing I liked, and I called it a J ward. And I shared it with the people online and go, I think this is original. Has anyone seen this before? And someone who really knows goes like, this would kind of fit into the family of improved whiskey cocktails, but the specific things you have, don't seem to exist anywhere else. I should an improved gin cocktail. Which one do they say to use? Dry. Okay. You know what? Just for a laugh, I'm going to do an improved gin cocktail. Because it's gin day. I think I'll just do a dry one. I won't make this very strong. Like, I won't use Navy strength. So, if we go bone dry, because this stuff is the tits, one of the best dry gins. Now, where's my maraschino? Okay. Just a little bit of maraschino. It's got to decide which bitters to use as well. I think I'm going to do some celery and some aromatic. I think I need to fucking top up my absinthe dasher. On Dasher on Prancer. Ooh! I'm running extremely low on my blue absinthe. I may have to get some. Maybe I should wait till next payday to do it. Actually, I'm now fucking raging need to piss. I double check this and then I'm going to have a piss and then I'm going to come back. Okay, we are doing some syrup. Okay. All right. Give me a sec. Hoity, hoity, hoity. And it's been raining steadily for a few hours now. All right, we've got a bit of sugar syrup. Ooh, I think this one. A little bit of this. Seems very rich. My God, that's very rich. Now I just gotta decide what sort of bitters. What am I having here? Oh, actually, this New England bitters. No, that's chocolate bitters. Yeah, spiced cranberry bitters. We're gonna never use this stuff. All right. An improved gin cocktail. Gin and juice. Oh yeah, that was a Snoop thing, wasn't it? There's a hilarity of Snoop doing that lifestyle show with oh god, what was her name? She was like the respectable one, but actually went to prison because she was convicted of felony financial fraud. And Snoop's never been convicted of anything, I don't think, even though he was a suspect in a murder case, or at least one murder case. But they did an ad for this. Martha Stewart, thanks, Race. They did an ad for this lighter with a flexible sort of nozzle on it. And it's got like Martha doing it like for a candle inside a candle holder, and you burn and you go, click, and light. It goes, it's perfect for lighting candles. And Snoop goes, and other things. And it did look like a very useful bong lighter, actually. Not going to burn your fingers by holding a lighter upside down like that. Was very funny, though, when you put them side by side and go, hey, guess which one's the convicted felon who did jail time? Oh, that's fucking yummy. God damn. Man, I like absinthe. I like just putting a touch of absinthe in things. It gives it a really nice flavor highlight. It's interesting, Rose, what you're suggesting about doing the history thing. Multiple people have done that on YouTube, but it's still a fun idea. But it's like technically water's an ingredient in an old-fashioned as well, because you stir it deliberately to dilute it, not just chilling it, you're diluting it. So whenever someone gives you a recipe for like a batch old-fashioned to have in your freezer, they always say like, add this much water, because you're not going to stir this on ice, you're going to pour it straight from the freezer. So it's not about who doesn't. It's also about who doesn't better. I'm not sure exactly what you mean there, but I'm just rolling with it, essentially. All right, well, I've basically enjoyed. All right, I was just wondering, autocorrect fucked you there? Okay. I believe that. That's because I genuinely wasn't sure what you were trying to. I read an article that was saying, so people had done some analysis that autocorrect and predictive text had got worse over the last couple of years because companies were putting AI into it. It wasn't just using the algorithm that had been used in the past for autocorrect and predictive text, and it's gotten worse. And it's like, oh, interesting. I really think the last of the AI hype is fucking limping to a slow death at the moment. I think people are collectively going, I think this might be bullshit. It's like there's lots of clever individual things, and I don't give people a hard time if they like playing with the like AI image generation and whatnot. But there's just been multiple stories about companies finding out the AI tools they're getting are more expensive than their staff. Charlie!
Cheers, my friend. I had to finish
How-
off this stuff.
Yeah, no, you had to get stuff going.
Yeah. Get the roast veggies in. So Sophie, when she gets home, she's got nice rittles and roast veggies.
Nice. That's a good man.
Yeah.
I like that.
Raise, come on.
He
Let's
might not
start.
be in a position to. I didn't check if he was at work or at home or whatever.
He took a night off because he hurt his back.
He did say that earlier, yeah.
Yeah. I think he was giving somebody a and then suddenly, hurt his back.
He picked someone up and hurled them down the steps. It's like, I threw my back out while I was throwing them down the stairs. Bro, I can't even stand. Damn. Okay. Yeah, no, you definitely need a break. Okay.
Yeah. No, I've been also dealing with, what do they call it? When you have customers calling in for help,
Yes, customer
technical
support.
support. I've been doing technical support for Plex for the last all day today, actually.
Okay.
I had a friend pick me up, took me over to her place, and instead of what usually happens, no, just kidding. She just got me to fix her Plex, which is fun, They've got a terrible internet account. They had Dodo internet.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just like,
that's your problem.
Really, dude? Really, what is this, 1997? Yeah. No, we're done with Dodo, that's for sure. They really haven't improved in the last 10 years.
Reminded me there was an episode of Friends where Joey and Chandler lucked into a porn channel on cable. Like it's supposed to be something you pay extra for, but they were getting it, unencoded and like, oh my God, free. And this is before high-speed internet made free porn a thing. And so they were scared it would go away, so they wouldn't switch to any other channel. And so the only thing they were watching was porn. And it started to affect their minds. There's a sketch where it's like, I think we might have been watching too much of the porn. Because, it's affecting my brain. Like, I ordered a pizza and a woman delivered it. And she just gave me the pizza and left. We didn't have sex or anything. That didn't seem right.
They were really well-written shows. Everyone bags the shit out of Friends, but there was a period between like season 4 and season 8 in there that every episode was just gold. Like I'd get dragged into watching it because my sister used to tape it on VHS constantly.
Yeah. I mean, but the numbers told the tale. It was just a very appealing show. So many people watched. And Lisa Kudrow said in a recent interview, the cast still make like it's such a lucrative show. They make about $20 million a year in residuals because it's still a really valuable show for the streaming services.
What they needed, they were getting paid $5 million an episode.
Yeah.
Half an hour of a show.
Yeah.
Can we talk about? I've got a topic for tonight.
Yes.
Blockbuster in streaming movies, right? So we've got we've got Bright is where it started with the Will Smith doing the all lives matter.
Yeah.
Right. And then we're at a position now where we've got that electric. What's it called? The electric. Where the Peanut, played by Woody Harrelson.
Oh yeah. I started watching that one and it was a kids movie and I just went, no.
Is that the one where they were all wearing masks on their face and stuff like that?
No, I think you're thinking of Ready Player One.
No. They all had the giant screens on their face that were
well, maybe I didn't watch it, but that had fucking Chris, what's his name, and who's he from Stranger Things?
Yeah, Chris Pratt. There we go. Thank you. That's PRA.
The electric something.
The reason why these movies cost so much is because when usually an actor signs up to do a movie,
Yeah.
they usually go, okay, I'll take this much money up front, and then once the movie comes out, I'll take this much of ticket sales before you've even broken a profit.
Yeah.
You know, like that's the rules, you know, and so it balances out to pretty much what they're getting paid. Adam Sandler got $150 million for 6 movies,
Yeah.
you know, just by doing, you know, this, and they're all crap, except for Happy Gilmore 2, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
But even then, that wasn't that great, you know. But then Chris Pratt, look at this, the Tomorrow War. Do you remember the Tomorrow War?
Which was shit, yeah.
Oh my God. Shit is a compliment, you know. Yeah. What was that one that I'm thinking of? The Electric.
I know the one you mean.
It's called The Electric State. And yes, they all had these the masks on them and stuff like that. Yeah.
I didn't get that.
My point is that cost $320 million to make.
Yeah. I didn't get that far in it.
$320 million to make. So I have to emphasize that. That is a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
For a movie that once you've watched it, you've forgotten about it almost instantly. You know?
No, well, I couldn't even watch it because I'm like 15 minutes in and I was like, oh, this is a kid's movie. It's I'm not in the mood to watch a kid's movie.
There's a running theory about this, right? The reason why these films are so forgettable is because because people can turn it off in a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Right? I can just pick up the remote, bang, off, done. Unlike you know, a movie at the cinema where you're willing to invest yourself into the movie getting sad, or the movie getting you angry, or the movie making you feel any fucking emotion whatsoever. Whereas, you know, these movies are just literally made to be background noise.
Yeah.
You know, or to keep you at a position where you're like, that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's
also,
go.
Another little thing I've learned too is a lot of these movies, like The Electric State and stuff like that, were all hand-me-downs from Paramount and Universal that they doctored the script, you know, like they took the script and they ran it for all the best writers to try to get it as good as they could. And then at the end of it went, I don't see this working.
Yeah.
And so they sell it to Netflix for $50 million. There you go. There's the movie done, you know, and Netflix are like desperate for content ever since Disney decided, because they had a contract with Disney, if you remember, years ago.
Yeah.
They just got pull the plug on them. You know, Disney just went, nope, we're done.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is my 3rd gin, so I don't know if you can tell I'm having a good night already. This is a very rare experience for me to drink 2 nights in a row. But when I saw your post, you know, the thumbnail, I'm like, oh yeah, gin fucking night, bring it on.
Yeah, well, that's my 3rd gin cocktail. It's like,
yeah, but you had I saw you drink a Galactic Spirit in between.
Oh yeah, no, I'm drinking some non-alcoholic stuff. Yeah, but the other thing about, and they say this about the streaming shows, not just the movies on the streaming services. Mm-hmm. People say, like, you see the dialogue, the characters keep explaining what they're doing. I actually don't pick up on this. Maybe I'm thick, because there's an assumption that the audience is playing on their phone and stuff while doing it. So they keep reminding the audience of the plot points. This is what's happening. And
if you go through and watch these blockbusters, they nearly always start with 2 things. 1, an exotic location. Let's say the Taj Mahal or the Sphinx or something like that. 2, a rich guy, usually a rich guy, on the phone explaining why he's there. You know, I've been an SAS soldier for 6 years and I'm glad to put down the bag, but, you know, my wife wanted to go on holiday and da-da-da-da-da, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and that is, people want to look up and go, oh, look pretty, and stuff like that to get people's attention.
Yeah.
Always in the first minute of the video, because it's the most likely time people are going to turn it on and go, nah. And then there's always an action-packed scene in the first 3 minutes of the film, again, because they're worried about people just going, nah, turn it off.
Yeah.
What else is there, Because all they are is just one thumbnail competing against thousands of other thumbnails.
Yeah.
And that one thumbnail costs $320 million USD to make,
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It's amazing. It's the world of online streaming has really changed how we do movies. And it's funny because everybody's asking for there's some great ones on there. Like if you don't go the blockbuster route, we've got some awesome David Fincher films. Hello, Race.
I think I broke my camera.
It does seem a bit dodgy. Your beard's really coming in since last I saw you, I think.
Oh, man, it's called stress.
You stressed to trim. Okay.
When I saw you at Cases, you didn't have a beard that long either.
Yeah, I got it cut yesterday.
Okay.
It was like down here.
Oh,
Damn.
wow.
Yeah, last night on doors, so hell of a way to go out.
That's all good.
Oh, fuck, where did I put my shit?
Actually, speaking about the start of movies, Charlie, the start of Excalibur with the credits, it's the Dark Ages. There's no king. I was going like, this feels like a Monty Python movie. This legit feels like the start of Sorry?
Especially with that font that they had.
The font was ridiculous.
The font was just like Monty Python Holy Grail, I was waiting for we've made the last bit of the credits really expensive and
Yeah, like I would be like the shittest person to watch it with, like, because there's a bit where the knights are riding in the horses, so I was going, no, it's just someone banging two coconuts together.
Oh, dude, when I do the movie thing, there's so many, Monty Python Holy Grail things I'm going to sneak in there,
But it's just legit. Like when they go, you've got to do It's Only a Model, because there's one bit where I think it's actually Percival is with Lancelot,
yes,
and he goes, "What's that?" And he goes, "It's Camelot." And I'm sitting on the lounge and I went, "It's only a model." And plus, when the lady in the lake, the hand comes up, I'm just hearing Arthur in the Holy Grail going, "The lady of the lake, her hand clad in the purest shimmering samite, held aloft the sword, indicating I was to be king." And then just have a peasant jump up and go, "Strange women lying about in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government." And every scene in Excalibur, I'm just hearing Monty Python dialogue happening.
Really, yeah.
Dude, like Charlie sent me the name. I looked up the trailer for it.
Yeah.
And it looks like such a good movie, but there's no fucking way I could watch that. Like the whole fantasy type movies, I don't know. Like I tried to watch Lord of the Rings and it drove me nuts.
Well, yeah, I would much rather watch a sci-fi than a fantasy movie any day of the week.
Yeah.
But you like fantasy movies, don't you, Angry?
I do. Okay, God, Lord of the Rings is orders of magnitude above Excalibur. So if you found Lord of the Rings stuff going, Excalibur, you just after a while you'd be going, "What the fuck am I doing?" Well, okay, good sci-fi though. I feel like I haven't been watching sci-fi lately, not movies.
There's a new Independence Day.
Is there? Oh shit!
Yeah, it's not that new. It's like 3 or 4 years old now.
I thought they did another one, but it was like 3 of them now.
Is there a third Independence Day?
I could have sworn I seen somewhere there was a third movie.
No, the last Independence Day sequence.
10 years ago now. 2016. Independence Day 3 has not officially been greenlit. Following and critical reception of number 2.
There must be some gossip. Okay.
But did you see the trailer for The Social Reckoning?
I did, yes. That
looks really good.
Yeah. The guy from What's the
Shameless.
TV?
Oh, Aaron Sorkin. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
it's part 2 of the Facebook movie.
it's
Yeah,
it's
it's the
literally like
lawsuit.
when he has to go up against Congress, and he's basically Zuckerberg's power mad, and no one can tell me what to do. And I think it's built around a lot of insider stories of, oh, they are just doing fucked shit, and they know they're doing fucked shit, and they don't care.
Yeah.
Sounds like a certain Gates that we once knew.
Oh yeah, again, he is awesome.
Who's getting going to be dispositioned? What is it? Disposed? What do they call it when a lawyer asks? Or the
Disposition or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Gates is like that in the 90s when Microsoft was at its peak. He had like getting that monopoly effect fucking lawsuit.
Yeah, well, he got pinged for monopolistic behavior back in the 90s.
Yes, when they stuck Internet Explorer onto Windows 98, they connected it.
Yeah.
When he had every app, you could do anything you wanted through Microsoft, and it was free because he could just be spiteful.
Yeah,
I remember I used to use Microsoft Movie Maker and shit.
Yeah, no, he literally would do free versions of programs to kill other companies. Yeah.
I mean, if you got the money.
Yeah, but Movie Maker wasn't really a competition to a proper editing software.
Yeah.
Movie Maker was sort of like your beginner's, training app.
Yeah. Heidi's mentioning BBC sci-fi series Humans, which is about robots. Again, that's like 10 or 15 years old. It was pretty good. But that's quite old, Humans. There might have been an American version of it too. I'm not sure.
What the fuck did I do to my camera?
I don't know.
It's like my laptop. The screen is like this way and the background's this way. I don't know what I've done.
It's like there's a like lens cover half on or something.
Yeah, like I don't. But it's not.
Whole section of your camera here from here on is out. Yeah.
Charlie,
I think
I am bringing my laptop around to your house. You can see what I'm looking at right now. You're just gonna laugh. Like,
I think the sensor in the webcam's dying, but yeah.
It's been thrown a few times when I've been like had it in my bag, just throwing the bag down.
Besides June, there hasn't really been that many really good, solid sci-fi.
But Spielberg's Disclosure Day is just coming out.
Yes, true.
I do want to see that. It seems like he's doing big conspiracy stuff in it, which could be fun.
Yeah, but haven't we done that before? I feel like we're retreading,
it doesn't seem particularly groundbreaking from what I've seen.
It feels like we're doing another War of the Worlds kind of, but with a different, edge.
But I did like, the TV presenter. I think she's doing the weather and whatever it is. It's like aliens possess her brain or something, and she just on live TV just starts talking in this click language because it's alien communication coming out of her mouth, and it's like, okay. That's a little bit different. I haven't seen that before.
I've seen that before, yeah.
But
look, that's the thing with modern movies, there's so often I've gone, yep, seen it before.
So I'm saying should see it at IMAX. I'm not going to do that because IMAX is really expensive and I'm not that invested in it. My next movie outing is probably
June 3.
June 3.
Yeah, you'd say that. Yeah.
Because I've said it a whole bunch of times, basically. Yeah. But, we did go out and see Project Hail Mary, which was great. I'd listened to the audiobook of it. I thought Ray's was frozen there. And I was did that. It was interesting what they left out from the book. But, again, I was so glad they kept the central thing. And it's still too new to do a spoiler, but there's a central thing about Ryan Gosling's character that is a very interesting twist, and they did it quite well in the movie, I thought. Okay, Razor's left the building. All right, well, let's look it up, Safa.
That's a shame, Raze. Okay, so it's about $10 more per cinema ticket.
Okay, so I'm going to go
between
course,
$10 and
there's-
$18.
there's
And IMAX is
sales.
between around 30.
Select movie. Disclosure day. All right. Oh wait, I've got to select a cinema. Okay.
Well, that's a shame. That's really, it was fun when I am having raised you.
Okay, so you got so like Village. Okay, standard in Village is what? $25. Okay, standard is $25. Gold class is, let's see, gold class is $50. So you go from $25 to $50. And VMAX, which I think is halfway. Is $30. Okay, so that's a little bit more expensive because it's a bigger screen. Now let's just look at IMAX Melbourne, the big one. I know there's some suburban, I think Chadstone, but I'm going to go the main one, IMAX Melbourne. Yep, sure, thanks.
When I go to movies, if I go to see a big budget movie, I try to go to extreme screen, and that's called an OIT. It's called XS, and that's the best value for money without spending for IMAX, because IMAX can be really super expensive.
Okay, so apparently just an adult ticket for IMAX is $36, or their premium seating is $54. And that's the same as the fucking gold class price at Village. So yeah, okay, going to see a movie is somewhere between $25 and $55, just depending what you do. So there is a pretty big variation.
Mm-hmm.
Safa, VMAX is not IMAX. There's a difference between.
That's another thing with these streaming blockbuster movies is they take very close information with watching what people find interesting to watch on TV shows and movies and stuff like that. And so when they want a movie made, they say, can you please put in this and this and this? One of the things that everyone seems to be into at the moment is what they call competence porn. When someone's like, Ocean's 11?
Yes.
Yeah, where everybody is very good at their job.
Yeah. Race goes to United Cinema at Rockingham, $20 for a recliner.
Yeah, that's gone up to 30 now. Hoyt Sport, United Cinema, Race. That's where I always go to as well.
Seems like a good deal. Well, the Melbourne prices seem to go from $25 to $55.
Yeah, so it's 30 for us in that place where Ray's is talking about now, but they also give you a glass, in an actual glass of soft drink. You get a voucher for a half-price cocktail, which is always good, and which I always cash in, and a little kind of cup, like a small popcorn, enough for like 3 big handfuls, and you're done. It's done.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, we saw we went to Hoyt in Chadstone, Project Hail Mary. Now they have what movies?
I love it when they do themed cocktails to the movies.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Okay, so Hoyt's has Extreme Screen and Lux. So Extreme Screen costs.
Yeah, how is it different? Is it better? Is it cheaper? Is it smaller? Is it longer?
$33 for extreme screen, and Lux, which I think is their gold class,
Yeah.
costs $50. Yeah. So, okay. So Village actually has some cheaper seats, but the equivalent of gold class is the same, like $50. And that's also what IMAX costs, $50. So, sorry, Ray's going, imagine giving someone a glass in Mandra. That's asking for trouble. But yeah, so I can wait to see.
Okay, so the average multiplex in Australia is 8 screens.
Okay.
The average multiplex in America is 27 screens, 26, 27 screens.
Yeah.
When they go,
service station. Remember when Gecko showed us that?
yeah.
It was like with 50 pumps.
Gecko.
And then the fucking convenience bit inside, there was an entire wall of jerky. There were like 50 different flavors of jerky on the. It's just bigger. Everything's bigger.
Food. They have popcorns that are double the size of our large popcorn.
Yeah.
Giant sodas. They have also nachos, hot dogs. We've caught up a bit, but the American version is still like a different level of excess.
But even
American are cheapest per ticket.
Yeah. Even way back, like last time I was in the US, which was like 15 years ago for a YouTube event in San Francisco, and I did a road trip with Corey, Mr. Safety, from San Francisco back to LA. But we stopped at a petrol station. Just going, I got to get some snacks, and of course, I just wanted to get stuff you couldn't get in Australia. And they had a drink dispensing thing, and the largest size was like a fucking bucket. It was like 2 liters. And I just went, and I went, I'm getting that. And I poured it. And I got back into the car with this massive thing, and they're going, you thirsty? And I went, I just got this because you can't get it in Australia. It's just, this is just stupid.
It's a novelty, yeah. American audiences are much more vocal than Australian audiences. They applaud the movie more often, more louder. They laugh louder. They react audibly.
When I was in Hollywood, I wanted to see a film in the Chinese theater, the famous one that has all the handprints and footprints.
Oh, wow, that would have been great, yeah.
Yeah, the film that was showing, there was basically just one option was showing when we were there, was Set It Off, which is a film about black women getting back at Whitey by robbing banks. And Hollywood's just near East LA, which is a black majority population. So I was there with my girlfriend at the time, and we're sitting in there. The audience was 75 to 80% black, and every time it was a really interesting experience because every time the black women stuck it to Whitey, the crowds were just like, woo, yeah, go. And it was incredibly vocal. And it's like kind of weird being, one of the very few white people in here. But the other thing, there was a funny thing. Queen Latifah is in that movie, and her character's gay, and the other black characters in the movie are more than a touch uncomfortable with her being gay. And so seeing where she's kissing her girlfriend, and yeah, the audience was doing all these uncomfortable noises like, oh,
yeah, they didn't like that. Yeah.
And they were playing that up in the movie that a lot of black people have trouble with openly gay black people. And it was playing out in the audience. It was fascinating.
Set It Off, that would have been 95 or 96.
Yeah, it was 90s, yeah.
But yeah, it's the one that had Will Smith's wife in it.
Yes, Jada Pinkett's in it. Yeah. But yeah, I just had to. And my girlfriend didn't really understand. I was going like, okay, we're in Hollywood. there's the Chinese theater. We have to go and see a movie in the Chinese theater. And she's like,
Did
what?
anybody sitting near you talk to you like what happened to Ray's? Ray's had some
No.
people offer him popcorn and stuff.
No, I didn't have that. I had a full hood dude offer you some popcorn. No, I did not have that. So
Yeah, it's funny how restricted we are with alcohol for such a big drinking country compared
but
to
it's different.
America.
Like you get alcohol in 7-Elevens, right? In the US. In petrol stations, there's alcohol there. But they have some other weird restrictions that we don't have. It's like swings and roundabouts. Like, okay, alcohol's expensive here because of the taxes on it. But retailers will occasionally do, we're getting rid of some stuff and it'll be 30 to 50% off. And I tell that to people in North America and they just go, no one ever does that here. Like they're not actually allowed to. It's like, oh, okay. Oh God, I saw this stupid as fuck video on YouTube today by some stupid company going about how expensive cigarettes are in Australia. And they go, it's taxes. They're anti-tax conservative. It's taxes.
Yeah.
And it's going, yeah, dude, it's not just tax. It's a literal choice of this is a public health disaster. We are going to make it extremely unappealing to keep smoking. It's not just taxes. It's deliberately designed to make people not want to smoke because it's so fucking expensive. And it was just like, ugh. But again, yes, anti-tax Americans kind of shit me up the wall.
Yeah, drinking age is 18 here and 21 in America. That's a big difference.
Yeah.
Especially when you're 18. That feels like ages away waiting to turn 21.
Still the funniest thing I got, again, this is what like one of my YouTube friends in America, she was like mid-20s and she would occasionally date younger guys, like guys who were under 21, and they thought they were real, like the internet made them think they were real studs or something. And they were like, like, call me daddy. And she's like, you can't even buy me a drink. Why am I going to call you daddy? And it was such a brutal line. I was just like, damn. And yeah, outraised the whole thing with the crime syndicates is a hell of a thing as well.
America still has Sunday liquor sale restrictions?
Oh, America has outrageous sales restrictions. Like in some states, the state actually controls what alcohol is allowed to be on sale. And I just say that sounds weird to Australians because, the alcohol's expensive, but the bottle shops can sell whatever they think will sell. There's no constraints on what they have. Whereas you get Americans in trouble for
going to do the roast and flipping,
Yep.
Okay.
I still remember, Rays, we had exchange students when I was at uni because the college principal was an American who'd gone to Oregon State University. So he organized this exchange thing with his alma mater. And so the majority of the students who came on exchange were younger than 21. And so they'd go to our bar at college and they'd look and they'd go, oh, you have hard liquor here. And because they differentiate so much between beer and spirits. And I was going like, yeah, dude, we don't differentiate. It's alcohol. If you're allowed to have alcohol, you have alcohol. So we don't have this whole thing about hard liquor versus beer. Oh, the whole pump petrol thing. Yeah, there are apparently weird state laws and it varies. But they also have the thing like, okay, so I never understood the plot of Smokey and the Bandit because it doesn't make sense to an Australian. It's a weird sort of prank bet some rich guys have. they're going to be attending a significant horse race in one southern state, and their favorite beer comes from another state, and it's not legal to sell it in this state in the South. And so they're basically saying to Smokey, like, oh, because you're up there, okay, if you can get my favorite beer to me by race day, I'll pay you extra. But from an Australian perspective, it's just putting beer in a truck and driving interstate. The cops aren't going to get involved because you're just putting beer in a truck and driving interstate. But in some US states, it's illegal to transport certain alcohol into the state. It's fucking, and they have the dry counties where, and it's all hangovers from prohibition. Yes, Rays, weird hangovers from prohibition. You get like dry counties where you're not allowed to buy or sell alcohol. But that whole thing about state lines not being able to ship stuff, and I get that because, you know, I know guys who do other cocktail channels on YouTube in North America, and they're just like, oh yeah, we can't get that. And I went, oh, I found a bottle shop that does it. And they're like, no, it's not on the state list of alcohol that's allowed to be sold here, so we can't get it. And I'm like, okay, that sounds very weird in the land of the free. Oh, we have some Aboriginal communities that are dry. That is true, Rays.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing when you said that as well. When you said dry places.
Yeah,
My brain
no, the capitalism thing, that
you know?
actually does my head in. It varies from state to state, but some states have actually quite strict government control on what alcohol is allowed to be sold in the state and what price it can be sold for. It's they have some constraints that seem very weird, honestly.
Arthur, you should tell that to Smokey and the Bandit.
And then, yeah, that's what I was saying. I never understood the plot of Smokey and the Bandit, because it's but they've just got beer in a truck. Why do the cops care? And it's because you can't take that beer across state lines. And it's like, oh, okay, land of the free, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, it's mostly in southern states.
Yeah.
They have certain tax reprieves for
Yeah.
certain beer companies in certain states, like tariffs, you know. And so when they bring another beer into that state, you know, they're like, well, that's part of the deal with the you know, yeah.
Yes. So if you're saying, does Australia have better alcohol laws? Australia has different alcohol laws.
Better.
The whole tax thing. Look, I honestly get it, because alcohol's a social ill. It costs a lot of money to the community. It costs people's lives. But I feel like we have less weird alcohol laws than the US has.
Yeah, buying booze at a petrol station, at a 7-Eleven,
Yeah.
that's just encouraging drink driving right there. You know, like you go out, you get a 6-pack at a 7-Eleven. Although we have drive-throughs, don't we? You know, like.
And that weirds Americans out, that someone can drive up in a car and get alcohol put into their car and drive off.
Mm.
But it's like, yeah, but it's still not legal to drink it in your car. I love Razor's summation. We have better laws in theory, but they aren't followed.
So, in Germany, the drinking age is 16.
Okay.
But it's highly encouraged to go to a beer garden to drink if you're young.
Yeah.
In which case you're in a supervised position where you can't get overly fucked up. I still don't think it's a good idea. I'm trying to discourage my kids from drinking until they're 18, 19, just because I'm very worried about the damage to their brain that alcohol can do.
Yeah. Rays, I'm gonna. You know what's happening in Western Australia. You're saying the bars don't follow the responsible service things at all. I know.
Yes, they do.
I know bars here that definitely do. Like if you're going up to the bar and going to sit on a seat and you slip off the seat, most of the places I go won't serve you. They just like that's like you're too affected by alcohol to sit in a bar stool.
Yep.
And I can't serve you.
I
And
worked
Dr.
as a bartender for the Brighton for 5 years when I first moved over to WA, and it was the same deal. It was just as strict as it was when I worked at Rod Laver Arena or the Chapel at Chapels. You know, like it was. It's just yeah. I think you're talking about inner city pubs, and in that case, you've got a definitely different story. They are very much more eager to make the money, but they
Oh,
want drinks like crazy there too. So
yeah. And also, I get what you're saying
drink
about
like crazy before they get there.
they treat the locals differently. But like Dr. Abigail loves telling the story that one time when I'd done a stream from her place and it was pretty fucked up. And then we went into the city and I'm going, let's go to the gin palace. And I ordered a drink that was a really strong gin cocktail. And I'm drinking it, and I was just about falling asleep. Because I was, oh God. And I'm just on a lounge chair and I'm just gone. And someone came over, how are you doing? And I was just like, what food can I get here? And they were like, oh, I'm so glad you said that and not can I have another drink? Because it's always awkward when I tell someone, no, you can't have another drink. I was like, no, just bring me food and water. That's what I want. It's just like,
When I was working there back in between 2011 and 2017, they were pretty strict. You know, you could lose your job if you fucked up like that because you know if you did that to an inspector without knowing or something like that.
oh yeah, absolutely.
But it happened at Rod Laver Arena. People went in and pretended that they're underage and stuff like that. And you know, if you didn't ask for ID, the whole company got fined. You know, like thousands of dollars, like $50,000. And even the worker got fined like $5,000 or $6,000 as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Post COVID things have changed, you reckon? Okay.
Because they're all a bit more desperate for money. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, definitely. I remember this was quite a few years ago. One of the date night places we went to, there was this table of fucking drunks, and they were just being really obnoxious. And you know, and we saw them get served more drinks, and we just, you know, when the staff came over to see us, and we just went, "What's the story? Like, you should not be serving those people drinks. They're in being really disruptive to the entire venue, and they're clearly past the point they should be given drinks." And someone went like, "Oh yeah, it's really awkward. They're friends of the owners, and they're being really." And it's like, yeah, but I mean, I'm not a narc, but you could get into serious trouble serving them anymore. And then we actually saw 15 minutes later, loud drunk Yobbo waves over the stuff and says, blah, blah, and the waitress sort of quietly leaned over and clearly said, under responsible service of alcohol laws, I can't give you any more alcohol. And they're all really indignant, but it's also like, they couldn't say I'm not drunk because they were loud, obnoxious, drunk fuckwits. It's just...
I had a glass thrown in my head. For refusing alcohol to a guy. I had multiple things thrown at me. Always things thrown at me. I've never had anyone punch it. Oh wait, someone grabbed my neck and pushed me up like that. But mostly I've never been punched for refusing alcohol, but I'm a stickler, you know, like I'm one of those fuckers that just says, nah, you're ticking off too many boxes that are just like, sorry, I can't, you know.
No,
but nobody knows, you know. I'll give you extra money. That's a big one too. They'll give you extra money. No, they won't. The moment you get a drink, they'll give you the fucking money that they paid for the fucking drink, and then feel like they've just fucked him over, God, you know, and stuff like that. Where it's like, no, the strangle was very scary because I'm just standing there going, "What the fuck, dude?" You know, he's got me. And all the security cards come over like it's fucking, World War III. And they're just falling down onto the ground and stuff, And I'm just standing there because it didn't hurt. It was just I couldn't move forward or backwards or anything. I was just held in one spot.
I feel like your Razor's heard this before. Bro, if I give you $100...
it's the same deal all the time. I'll chuck a $50 tip, mate, and stuff like that. Yeah. Nope, I'm a stickler for that kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah, well, because
I've seen people get hurt with alcohol so often, and I tell them that. I say that. I'm sorry, dude. I've seen people get hurt so often.
Yeah.
Oh, but it won't happen to me.
Yeah. I see.
Always got an excuse.
Yeah. Young Mr. Angry works in a bar. It's like a gaming thing bar. And he's like in a, team leader role at the moment. And he loves telling stories. He's just kind of he's got like various people. And the really common one is older guys trying to order alcohol for girls who are obviously underage. And he just says, he really calmly goes to them, I'm not an idiot, okay? I know what's happening, and no drinks going to be served. He goes, oh, but look, I'm 25. And it's going like, there are people, because it's a gaming thing. You can get PCs and gaming things, and you have a little space of your own. He goes, there are people here who are extremely obviously under 18. No alcohol is going to be brought to this table. And they're like, whoa. It's like, yeah, dudes, I'm not stupid. Okay. I'm just, it's really obvious what's happening.
Well, good night, Race. I think he said he's going to go.
Got to go?
Time to call it a night, mate. I only had 2 drinks.
Hour of beer?
The guy did not get banned from the pub. He was back the next night. I wasn't. I decided to leave that pub and work at another one. He was. This is a thing that Ray says. He's a local. Locals get way longer piece of noose, that to hang themselves on.
If you don't do anything stupid,
because they're the bread and butter of that pub to keep it open.
Yes,
especially if they're gamblers. They need those kind of guys to keep coming back. Yeah. No, he's not going. He's just time to call it a night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, Grays, I just misread you.
You asked Microsoft Copilot about a church plays Hillsong. Copilot says the church clique is impossible to get. Well, you can't get into the inner circle of Hillsong. Okay. Oh, Ray's hates sorry, now Ray's is like, I fucking hate locals.
Locals are the ones that try to stretch what they can get away with all the time. Oh, I'm just smoking in the doorway, and stuff like that. You're not allowed to smoke in the fucking building at all. Yeah. It's just in the doorway. Fuck off. They'll actually say, fuck off to you. Yeah. No, some are nice. Yes, I agree. Some of them one of them became my dealer for years, actually. Nice. Yeah, no, he was a legend. He used to find computers in hard garbage all the time.
Oh.
He was so tinny at finding old, shitty, broken up computers.
Nice.
And he lived in a factory.
Yeah.
Like a closed down factory, and had just from one end of the factory to the other, just computer cards, computer chips, old RAM, old, SIM RAM, SIMM RAM, which was from 286s and 386 computers and stuff like that.
Also, speaking of SIM, hello, Sim.
Speaking of SIM, hey, how funny is that, hey?
That was pretty funny, the timing there.
Tim and I were on the phone till 4 o'clock in the morning last night. We had a big old chin wag, didn't we?
Oh, nice. Also, I love Razor's comment. When a local's saying, you got to be nice to me. I've drunk here every day for the last 20 years. Yeah, bro, that sounds like a problem that you've got.
Yeah, and I never had a problem except for you. It's you. It's you. Yeah, it's always the bartender's fault. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I never had a problem until you came along.
yeah. Mrs. Angry and I are always popular in our date night spots because we get 3 cocktails each. Not many people do that, and we're just like, that's our plan. We get dinner and we get 3 cocktails each, and
love vibing with the bartenders too, talking about cocktail mixes and stuff like that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, Sim was playing the guitarist. Get it? It's the TARDIS guitar. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was there. So my hard drive where all the movies are starting to get a little full, right? So I took all the Criterion films and moved them into a different hard drive, and that's why the whole Plex was a giant mess this morning. So last night for about 2 hours, I'm sitting there just putting the nice posters back onto the covers with the little tiny C in the corner, so it looks nice and
Yeah, and I agree, Ray's just don't be a dick, and you get better drinks, definitely. And from what I've heard, that's a way bigger thing in the US, where they rely on tipping. If you are in a bar and you're not a dick and you like get a drink and you tip them first time around, like $10 or $20, and they're just like, okay, this guy, I'm going to look after this guy. Although I saw a comedian doing a thing where it backfired. He was British and he was just used to getting normal drinks in British pubs, and he was in the US, and he's saying to his American friend, do I have to tip? And they go in, they'll look after you if you tip. And he did, like he put $10 or $20 in a tip in the first round. And he said, and every round after that, the drinks were fucking doubles. And he's just going like, and I didn't realize the bartender was doing that. And I was just getting so fucked up. And when I realized, I'm saying to myself, well, are these drinks really strong? Yeah, you tipped them $20.
Drinks and the double strength. You don't even
know. No, they don't do that. And they go, well, they do here. They give you really strong drinks if you tip them. Oh, dear. Chimpy insists, see on the posters is Chimpy film, not Criterion.
Speaking of cocktail, I am going to switch from the gin and go back to yesterday's fun. Oh, Cure. There we go.
Yeah.
I didn't have any Cure last night. No, I don't need a NAS, but if I do, I might wait till next year. Everything's running fine, like I haven't had any problem with the Plex. It's just the biggest problem I've got is sometimes I have to juggle big folders around, that's all.
Yeah.
Sorry, Safa said I need to get a NAS for my computer.
No, you don't need to be giving Charlie advice, Safa. He's on top of the technical advice. And yes, Justin, the not tipping thing confuses Americans here, but then you explain to them what the staff are being paid.
All right. So can I put a little bit of whiskey with the or just have it straight up?
The Cure?
Yeah.
Okay, look, I'll tell you what's in it because it's already pretty strong.
Yeah, okay.
It's a Manhattan variation, but
yes.
I'll look. Let me get it, and I'll tell you the actual contents of it.
Did you turn this into a book movie?
The Cure? No, I should because it's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just have to flick through particularly because the way they group things in the Death & Co book, it's all the gin drinks and then all the whiskey drinks and all the rum drinks. It makes it easy. I can look at something and go, oh, I'm going to like that.
Because if not, then I can always have a little bit of that cola. And I'm thinking I can put it with I've got just the stuff. Here we go.
Okay, here we are. Wait a sec. Cure for pain. It's whiskey, port, vermouth, and a little bit of bittersweet stuff, and a little bit of white creme de cacao. So it's already got
Yeah,
a
that
whack
is
of
actually
whiskey
I'll
in it.
probably just keep it straight. Yeah,
Yeah, put it on ice so it dilutes a little bit.
ice,
Yeah,
ice, ice,
ice, baby.
ice. Okay, I'll
You
get
need to
some
get
ice.
some ice. Charlie needs to
I'll
get some
get
ice.
some ice.
You need some ice.
I need some ice.
Got to
Yeah, I'll get some ice,
Get some ice.
and then I'll have a drink with some ice. Yeah.
But you need some ice. Yeah. And I love that's the deep lore. Not everyone knows what that's a reference to. A reference to me being absolutely shit-faced on stream. Ooh, they're not paying before filling up at petrol stations. Yes, that confuses Americans. And I always say, like, I want to fill my car up. I don't know how much that is. I can't pay for it ahead of time because I don't know how much it is.
When
if they
Charlie
say-
said, speaking of cock, what? What did I say, speaking of cock, after Chimpy discussion? I thought you were calling Chimpy a rooster. Okay.
I just poured myself a little bit of the old-fashioned that I sent you that was made with the spiced whiskey.
Oh, yum. Yes, yes.
It's so tasty.
We're always drinking the opposite drink. You had the cure last night, and I had the old fashioned,
yeah.
and now
I actually,
you're having the old fashioned.
Yeah, I finished the cure for pain last night. I don't have any more of the batch of that.
So, how did the tawny pan out? Like, what would you rank it up the top or down the bottom?
Oh no,
okay.
It's really good. It's got this really intense sort of molasses, brown sugar, chocolate stuff going on. It's port. It literally has absorbed a lot of the port character from the cask.
I'd like it.
Sorry?
Do you think I'd like it?
I'll send you some and you can.
No. I'll grab myself a bottle.
Okay. So it's a limited run from a couple of years ago. So
there's okay. So that guy that I had the argument with about the Nova,
yeah,
he has a whole heap of fucking old classic.
He stockpiled the limited release.
And that's where I found the tawny. Yeah, that dude. Yeah. He wants to really make it up to me now. It's great. I'm loving it.
Nice.
I'm like, well, if you insist, and he sold me that for $120, and I'm like, yeah, all right, if you insist,
That's good because that's like 150 to 200 depending.
Yeah, $170 is where I saw it the other place. Yeah, online. Yeah.
So Safa, tawny is Australian port because a couple of decades ago, Australia agreed not to sell a fortified wine under the name port. This was the thing with the EU, and not to sell sherry. So stuff that used to be sold as port is called tawny, and stuff that used to be sold as sherry is called apparat. But there are some exceptionally good Australian tawnies. There are also some cheap, nasty. I got a 2-liter cask from Dan's the other day for $10, and I was like, "That's perfect for when I need to refresh the wine. I put in the barrels."
Oh, yeah, which is definitely due because you reuse that wine 10 times.
I've done it multiple times. So eventually, I think the wines could go sour, which would be gross.
Yeah.
So
it's that, but it'd be oaky as fuck.
Yeah. I got a 2-liter cask of tawny for $10. It's like, I wouldn't drink this stuff, but it'd be good for keeping the barrels wet and putting a bit of flavor in them. Safi, you reckon Apera sounds fancier than sherry? Yeah. I'm not sure where the name comes from, honestly.
What's MB, Angry?
Yeah, Ray's. So we need to share MB, the delight of our culture.
Milton Bradley?
Yeah, I don't know.
Opera sounds like an app for an opera enthusiast. Yeah,
it does
Apera,
actually.
Apera sounds like the opera awards. Yeah. I won an aria.
Yes, okay. Yeah, MB on the cans.
Melbourne Bitter. Oh my God, no. Oh, that was an instinct reaction. I'm sorry. I take that back. You love your
Huh?
beer, and you may continue to love your beer, young man.
Oh, I don't drink beer at all. I don't know if Ray's really likes Melbourne Bitter or if he's taking the
If
piss.
you gave me just Melbourne Bitter, I would stop drinking beer too.
Think of the culture.
Oh, you know what? It's so embarrassing when you see movies and there's Trafalgar Square and they have that giant Foster's sign.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, God, our worst beer, and it's advertised all around the fucking world.
And trying to tell Brits in particular, like no one in Australia drinks Foster's. It's got zero market share. It's just VB. You know what I remember from the 80s and 90s? VB was the rock and roll beer. All the bands who had riders with beers backstage, it was always VB.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
VB has to be really cold. When it gets warm, or not even like cold, the hops just starts getting so super strong that it's like drinking spew.
Yeah, Sim, we were talking about the fish bladders last night.
Yeah,
that was news to me because I'm not a beer drinker. So it was, but
I didn't know there were fish bladders in it either. Yeah.
Hell of a thing.
But I'm out of the Carlton brand, I like Carlton Draft the best. That's my favorite out of the Carlton Draft. Carlton brand name.
Well, when I were young, back in the olden days, the beers were very state based and they didn't cross borders. Like you did not get VB or MB in Melbourne, in Sydney. You didn't get 4X. You got 2
in Melbourne. Yeah.
And South Australia had their own beers. Western Australia had their own beers. It was only in the 90s they all started crossing borders.
Yep, we had Swan Lager over here.
Yeah. In the 80s, the beers were very much a state thing and they didn't cross state borders. But now, of course, you get everything all over the place. I love that, Ray's. Tui's was in Melbourne, but only twats drank it.
Yeah, I remember Carlton Dry came out, and that's like Carlton's doing a Tui's. And oh God, no, what were they thinking,
Sim's down with which beers were not using fish bladders. Again, until you brought it up, I had literally never heard of it. That's wild stuff.
But yeah, I do miss. They used to have long necks. You don't have long necks over here in WA.
Oh, okay.
They only have like normal 6-packs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we used to go down on a Friday night and grab 3 long necks, which is basically a 6-pack. And that was just sit around with a giant fucking beer in our hand,
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember the long necks as well. But Canterbury thing, I remember there was a beer called KB in Sydney that was very big for a while, but disappeared completely. I think that was a Tooth's beer. Their big ones were LA and KB. LA was a lighter one. The LA stood for light, low alcohol, I think. Safa, probably long necks in Dubbo. I didn't go near alcohol at all when I was in Dubbo. But
2004, we did the the beer fridge. It has international beers and then it has local beers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Each week we would try a different beer in the locals, and then we did the internationals. We even tried Budweiser and all that kind of stuff. And then I found that my favorite, the same with cigarettes. We did the same with cigarette brands as well. My perfect combo was Asahi beer and Stuyvesant cigarettes. They were like the dealer essence of killing yourself quietly, Yeah.
Oh dear. I love that you worked your way through all of them to come up with a perfect.
Really, yeah. It was just, we had an IGA literally 5 doors down from where we lived.
Yeah.
So
Sim says there was a small brewery called Piss that had a light beer called Piss Week, which is fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God,
All right.
Razor. Long necks for the walk, cones for the trip home. You know, I just because Saf was asking questions about Dubbo.
Yes,
I
we have IGA
literally
yesterday.
remember one of the more surreal experiences I had in Dubbo, in the public bar, like with a bunch of people. And there's this guy, he was a year or two younger than me, but I remember from school, he was actually a thug at school. And he's standing there with his mate, and he just does a dead fall backwards. And the bar stool I was sitting on, it was a tall bar stool, and there were metal plates on all the footrests. So, you know, you didn't wear through the wood. And this guy just did this dead fall, and the back of his head smacked into the metal footrest on the bar stool I was sitting on, made a very loud noise. And I was just like, what the fuck? And then he's just lying on the floor, not moving. And I went down there and I was like, what the and at first I just went, hey, are you okay? Because you know you always say stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
thought, oh, I don't think he is. He's not responsive. And it's like slapping his cheek, going, "Are you okay?" And there was no response whatsoever from him. And I was just going like, okay, ambulance time. And he shuddered and shook his head, and then suddenly got up. And someone shuffled him outside. And one of his mates, who was someone else I knew, said, "Oh, you don't worry too much. He was smoking weed laced with heroin, and that's why he blacked out." And I was just like, "Oh, sure, okay."
Okay.
That's why his whole body function just shut down for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, to each their own, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, "What the fuck ever?" Oh God, Ray's prank calls. You miss prank calls? Fucking, you know, caller ID didn't kill it because you can mask your number. Spam calls did it. No one answers the
Yeah.
phone anymore.
Nobody answers their phone anymore, and when they do, they just go quiet. I do it anytime, or most time, I just pick up
Yeah.
and don't
Oh,
say
I say
anything.
hello.
No, because they can record your voice, right? And
Yeah,
then
but
use voice print to call your family and say, "Hey, I'm in jail," you know, and stuff like that.
which is technically possible and is getting easier day by day. No, but I don't answer in my voice. I go, hello.
Oh, I like, yeah.
Because if they start to, I haven't kept someone on the phone for a while, but I always like going like, I'm going to be the stupidest person they've ever called. Go, you are from what bank? Yes, my bank. That is my bank. Why do you want me?
Yeah.
And see how long.
I press 2 for Chinese instead
Yeah.
of talking to the English because they don't expect it as much in the Chinese, you know, side of it. They expect it on the Aussie side, but they don't expect people on the Chinese. And so I go, ni hao ma, like that, and just really make it so they remember that fucking, you know, call, you know.
Something for them to talk about in the break room later. Ray's answer saying,
It's my, you know, tribute for, you know, for the world.
yeah, no, that's pretty good. I like that. All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to wind up. I don't want to go super late because I don't want to get wiped out tomorrow. But
you can't really top it once I've done that, you know, show my own face, you know.
Yeah. I did okay today. Like,
Lance jacketed in the woods.
Yeah. I woke up and I think the first time I woke up it was 7 and I was like, yeah, no fucking way am I getting up yet. And I got out of bed about 9 and I got up and I was like, I'm probably going to want to have a nap sometime today. But, you know, I had me a bacon baguette and I had an energy drink. I watched Kneecap. I really liked the Kneecap movie. Like, it got me more into their music. Like, I always liked their message and I wasn't so much into the music. But the movie I really got into. Like, that's the most aggressive Irish politics I have seen in a movie in ages. Because that was just full-on Republican politics. It was just, and I'm an Irish Republican at heart. Charlie made coitus sounds explaining phone calls.
Here's to that.
Tonight to go this
You're
way.
welcome. You know, ladies.
Ladies. But it was really funny because I knew the two guys who were up front in Kneecap are in the movie, and it's obviously the real guys. But the third guy, DJ Provo, I didn't think it was the real guy. It was just this much older dork who was a teacher. And then I looked at the credits and go, oh no, that was actually DJ Provo. And I looked it up and go like, no, he was literally a school teacher who knew how to produce stuff and encouraged them to do it. And he like wore a balaclava on stage in the hope of not getting recognized, and it didn't work. And so he lost his teaching job, and is apparently a bit fond of the schniff. I'm not doing drugs, but yeah, it was. I really enjoyed the movie, and I feel better disposed to their music now.
Nice. Well, I'm glad I got it for you. That's good.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. Like, I really liked the movie. And music was asking you, like, I can never work out how to get subtitles on the phone app. And you did send me an explainer, but also that explainer video, I was like, wait, you have to do it while watching it, but I don't watch it on my phone. I watch it on the TV.
No. You send it over to your thing. You send it over to your. It's in the video. You send it over to your phone, and then it has. You send it over to the TV, and then the phone becomes your remote control. So you fast forward, rewind, like that. And it also has a CC button in the corner that turns on and off the.
It does not work. It does nothing.
Oh, is that what the problem you were having was? You weren't having.
Nothing.
Oh.
Whereas if I do it through the PlayStation app, it's very clear how to do it. So I started watching, and because half the dialogue in Kneecap is in Irish, and subtitles weren't coming up. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I just went to the PlayStation app.
4. Yeah, that would have worked fine then. Yeah, because you can just go down onto the bottom bit and change it in the bar. Yeah. Ah, okay. Yeah, because I've never had that. Yeah, it's because I'm local. It's on my computer. I can always change it myself. You know. Yeah.
So it's another thing.
All right. Well, thank you again.
Thanks for keeping me going, because at the start of the stream, I didn't know how tired I was, and I got nothing on tomorrow. So, but I also didn't want to get completely wasted. So I've watched our movie. So we're just going to record movie of the week tomorrow. Just
Excalibur tomorrow.
Just Excalibur. Okay.
You didn't watch Obsession. I didn't watch Obsession. We're just doing Excalibur.
I was going to wait till you had a proper thing of Obsession.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, you know, to be honest with you. After what Dr. Abigail said about people standing up in the front of the screen.
That literally put me off. If you're actually doing Mystery Science Theater 3000.
I make it I'm making an effort not to do cinema rips. It's sort of against my policy, you know, but sometimes I get so many people asking for something that I'll bend the rule just for 1 or 2 or 3 movies maximum a year. But I don't want 20 of them on there, because then I'll forget that it's a movie. And then, you know, forever on, you know, like people want to watch Michael Jackson, the movie or something, and it's, you know, the cinema rip. It degrades the quality of my overall server, you know. Yeah,
absolutely. Oh, look, how's this for Great Minds Think Alike? Mrs. Angry literally just texted me saying, you know, she's finished and is going to bed. All right.
Well, and also the timer on the corner, it's 2 minutes and 59 seconds and 31 seconds, you know, so 2 hours and 59
3 hours.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I meant, yeah.
All righty.
Movie. I'm still wide awake.
Yeah, well, you're also 2 hours earlier than me, but
yeah. Well, sorry, you know, yeah.
All right, so we'll be back tomorrow night. We're going to talk about the movie Excalibur, a bit of 80s cheesiness.
Yep. and then I'll let you pick from the 4 movies that we picked earlier. Or I'll let Mark pick.
absolutely. All right.
Why not? I'll let Mark pick. You know, get him involved. You know, he's really being yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I can do. We'll do.
And Ray's wants to chat with you. Right. So night, everyone. See you another time. Bye for now.
You are totally fucked up!